Marc Thiessen with more on that. No answers. The White House cocaine investigation has wrapped up. Marc, a Fox News contributor, former White House speechwriter for President George W. Bush, and Washington Post columnist. And I wanted to get some of that out because you've been in the White House. You've covered lots of things writing for presidents. What would you write for this one?
Well, first of all, why wouldn't we put the Suffolk County Police in charge of this cocaine investigation? Because they seem to have the dogged determination to find out what's going on. Secret Service gave up after a few days. So, you know, this is just a complete lack of tenacity. Somebody snuck a bag of white powder into the White House. What if it wasn't cocaine? What if it was anthrax? What if it was some sort of poison?
Which is why they evacuated
to be used to kill the President of the United States. How can we be satisfied with, oh, sorry, shucks, can't figure it out, oh well, spent 4 days looking into it, can't figure it out, sorry, moving on. I mean, this is either someone senior at the White House brought this in, who bypasses Secret Service screening, or this got through Secret Service screening. And if that's the case, that is a massive national security issue, that the Secret Service allows people to bring a bag of white powder onto the White House grounds into the West Wing, yards away from the Oval Office. I went through that door every day for 6 years. I had an office in the West Wing. I know that place like the back of my hand. This is just a 2-minute walk from the Oval Office where this was found. And you're telling me that it's okay to bring a bag of white powder into the White House and get it through Secret Service screening, and we're just fine with that? We're just going to move on? Give me a break.
You know, Marc, one of the things that you're asking today is what I've been asking really nonstop, and that is, what if it hadn't been cocaine? So they evacuated everybody from there. And if not only for the sakes of a wider public wanting to know that such a secured place on the planet like 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is still actually secure, what about all those people who had to leave? You know, feeling like they didn't know what they were doing. They left under threat, so as far as they knew. I mean, it was a very frightening day. Why not just take it a little bit further, as far as you can, with a full-throated push from the President of the United States? And by the way, the drip on this with the marijuana that was found, you know, not illegal in a wider Washington district. No federal building would allow that substance in it. It happened twice last year.
Yeah, no, it's exactly right. If this had been anthrax, do you think they would have stopped the investigation now? Of course not. But the point is, it got through. So listen, I work there. There's only two ways to get to the West Executive entrance, because the West Executive entrance of the West Wing is on West Executive Avenue, which is a closed street that is within the White House complex. It's a place where the senior staff park, where motorcades come up to deliver people who are arriving for official business at the West Wing. If you are not a member of the senior staff, the president's family, or a cabinet official coming in, to get to the West Executive Avenue, you have to go through a screening post on Lafayette Square, a Secret Service screening. You walk through into a room, you go through a magnetometer, your bags go through screening. There are radiological screening for radiological weapons. There's dogs for bomb-sniffing dogs and all the rest of that. For somebody to have consciously decided to go and bring that into the White House through that seems very unlikely.
Wow.
And if it did get through, that's a huge national security issue for the United States.
Well, there are times like these that my dad used to say, let's just hope it wasn't a trial balloon, because people do all sorts of things to poke the bear. So we're gonna stay positive, but it would be helpful if the commander-in-chief would at least speak on it through his spokesperson, Karine Jean-Pierre, rather than getting the days wrong when they were in the White House and so on and so forth, creating confusion.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.